come on, baby. Don't you just hate it when you get a stuck shower arm like this? You're trying to put in a new shower head and you got a stuck shower arm coming out of the wall here, this pipe. Well, I know why you're here, because you have the same problem. So today we're going to show you a couple of tried and true methods to loosen a stuck shower arm pipe coming out of the wall so that you can get on with your life and get your new shower head in place. And it all starts right now. Jeff here. Welcome back to the channel where we teach you world-class advice on home renovations, kitchen renovations, bathroom remodeling. We cover everything from difficult repairs around your house, tool reviews. We go into stores like Home Depot, Lowe's, Costco, and Sam's Club, and we're always showing you the best bargains out there with our live streams. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, now is the perfect time to do it, and click that gray bell icon next to it. That way you'll be alerted every time we upload a video, so you'll never miss a single one. So today what we're going to do is we'll show you how to get this pipe, this stuck pipe, out of here. But before we figure this out, we have to show you what exactly is it that this pipe is plugged into back into the wall. Okay, so in order to figure this out properly, we got to know what we're connected into and why there's a danger of busting it if we're not careful. Inside the wall here, you have this vertical riser pipe here, so all the water pressure is in here. And then at the top of it is this 90-degree elbow. It's a female threaded part right there, and it just sits like that, and it's normally sweated, you know, soldered in place right there. And so this thing screws right into it, so you can see the shower arm just screws into that right there like that. See, so you can see the connection there. And so right here where I'm pointing right there, that's where it can get bogged down. That's where it can get a little rusty over the years, where you can get calcium build up and it gets all tight. And so we just need to break that free, break that bond. And we're gonna try to do it without lubricants first. Okay, so the most important point to remember here is what I just showed you in that joint there, that connection. You don't wanna wiggle it left to right or up and down. You don't wanna use any brute force and just start going like this on it, because you're likely to snap that soldered connection. You could damage it or break it, and if you get a leak inside the wall, that's it, game over. You're looking at thousands of dollars in repairs. So you have to be very, very careful. So the only type of force that is acceptable on this type of shower arm right now is a rotational force, a spinning force only. So whatever tools we apply, we have to make sure we're only doing that. So we're going to try this first tool here. I love this. This is my Ridgid 1 and all wrench, and this one here is already pre-designed to work with all the different water shut-off valves around your vanities and your toilet and the hoses. This tightens the hoses, so this is a great wrench. But if we unscrew the smaller wrench out of it, I'm left with this now. Remember, when you're trying to do a torque, a large torque rotational force around a point, you want force times distance. So the longer distance you can get, the better. Do you remember when you were a kid playing with a seesaw, and whoever was, if you could get further away from the fulcrum, that middle point, you had more force? Well, this is the same type of thing. So the farther I can go away and the more force I can put on it, the easier it is. But you got to make sure this point here doesn't go jerking all over the place. So you can either hold it with your hand, or you can do what I do, which I have my Craftsman Robo Grips. I love these things. I've had these since 1993. You can put them on here, and you want to just basically hold that center part steady right there, okay? And then you can slowly you're pushing with both tools right now. You're digging in and you're slowly doing that rotational movement there. And that's really all there is to it. It is pretty simple like that. And let me just back this back up here nice and tight, and we'll show you another possible solution that you could try if you don't have one of these. We can do it with a screwdriver. So it's the same type thing. You put your Robo Grips into position there and you hold this guy. And by the way, you know, we're digging into this, so this is going in the trash. If you're going to reuse your arm, your shower arm here, after you loosen the shower arm, you want to put some tape around this so that it doesn't get damaged. Personally, these things are only a few bucks. Take it off, it's old anyway, put a new one on. We're putting on a new one because it's a brushed nickel is what we need to match the new shower head that we're putting in, this Delta Intuition here. And I'll put a link to all of this stuff, all these tools and stuff that we're using here today down in the description for you. So this, I really like this one, you know. Say hello to my little friend. This is the mother of all screwdrivers here. This is from Cobalt. But if you can get a long screwdriver like this one and stick it up in there, see that? You have a great handle to hold here, great grip that you can get. And same thing, you put the robo grips right here and just try to keep that steady up top there. Keep it rotational only. You would just push. You might have to push real hard to get it going, but I'm just showing you in slow motion here. And it may start off a little hard at first, but once you get it spinning, it will go and it will get looser and looser as you go. Remember, it's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Loosey! So you're going to be turning them this way, like that, see? So most of you, this is probably going to be your best bet because everybody has a screwdriver. And it might work with a shorter one, but like I said, the longer the tool you can get, the better. And another one too, every plumber's, one of their favorite tools, Channellocks. So the handle from your Channellocks, or if you have another set of long pliers, you can stick the handle in there as well. And again, either hold this point with your hand, and I'm going to keep repeating it over and over, folks, rotational force only. Don't push up, don't push down, don't push to either side. Rotational force that you're trying to do here. And you're just going to go like that. Oh, hey, I got a question for you. Supposing you tried all that and it just doesn't work. Maybe you're a little weak in the wrist or you don't have any arm strength. Well, what then? Maybe it's just not budging. What can you do? Well, when you peel back the flange here, maybe you have enough space that you can look back in there and see what's going on. If you see any rust, there's a couple of things you can do. These are things that have worked in the past. This is always my last resort, and believe it or not, I've never had to use lubricants because it's always worked using one of my tricks there that I showed you. But you can use PB Blaster, and make sure you have the straw on there and stick the straw right back to where that joint is, right where the connection is. Okay, and same with, you can use silicone as well with Teflon in it, and get that back in there and just spray it around there and let it soak in a few minutes. You may have to give it a few tries there. And you know, any kind of rust remover might help. Any kind of penetrating lubricant. See how this says penetrating? So the PB Blaster is really good. It helps you loosen stuff like that. So you'll spray it in there and then try one of our tried and true methods here. Oh, and so I wanted to show you also why it was, if you remember earlier, I told you what the builder did that was stupid. And I'm going to show you a really dumb mistake to avoid. So we're gonna get this thing out all the rest of the way here because I have a pretty good idea why it was stuck. Okay, anybody see anything wrong with this picture here? You see anything missing? Well, look at what's on one end of this shower arm, but not on the end that I just pulled out of there. They didn't put Teflon tape around there. Whenever you put a shower arm into that receptacle in there, you have to use Teflon tape. You have to. Otherwise, you're going to have leaks. Now, this guy got lucky. I don't see any evidence. I see a little bit of the green around the face of where it screws in there. So we know that there was probably a few drops here and there, but they just got lucky that there was never any kind of leak. And you can even see how the green came right up here on the front edge of the threads. So make sure you always put the Teflon tape on there and wrap it. Always goes this way, clockwise, on both ends, clockwise, so that when you screw into the parts there, it will be nice and sealed. Anytime you have metal threads, you know you're always going to need some kind of sealant on there. Some guys use pipe dope, but to me, using the Teflon tape is the way to go. It's just a lot easier, cleaner, and smoother. Alright, so yeah, this is the new shower head we're getting ready to put in. And I just wanted to let you guys know, give you a warning, if you're buying a new shower head, make sure you pick up a new shower arm here, because a lot of people don't know this. They don't come with the shower heads, and that makes me so mad that they don't include these, because they know you need it. You absolutely need to have it, so they should include it in the package. This is kind of like the hotels and resorts that act like they're giving you a lower room rate, but then when you check in, you find out there's a $30 a day resort fee. to use the pool or the fitness machines there. It's the same type of thing. They're just piecemealing you to death. Okay, so we have the Teflon tape here now, and we're just going to wrap this guy. And what we do is you start at the threads here, and remember we're going around clockwise. And we just go around 2 or 3 wraps. Try to keep it nice and flat. And you don't want to go around that much more because you want the threads to still be able to be sharp and thread into the receptacle. So that's all you do there. Okay, other side now. Second verse, same as the first. We're going to wrap it around there a few times, keeping it nice and flat and tight as we're wrapping it too. I like to keep the tape under tension when I'm wrapping it. Keeps it nice and flat. And there we go. So this is a properly prepped shower arm. That's what it's supposed to look like before you put it into the wall there. And if it doesn't look like that, then you're headed for problems. You're just asking for trouble. Okay, so now to reinsert the new shower arm, always remember I put the flange on right this way here, this orientation, because you insert the shower arm in with the long side coming out of the wall and then the shorter side bends down. So you got to make sure that the flange is properly oriented before you put all this in here. So we'll have that on there like that, and then we just stick it in there and make sure you can feel it go all the way in before you start trying to thread it. And you just go all the way in until you start to feel it getting tight. And you can do it like hand tight is fine, or if you want to stick the screwdriver back in there and go a little bit more past hand tight. But right now that's pretty good in there right now. And then that would just go up against there. If you have a logo like we do, make sure the logo is nice and level. And we might come in and we might clean this up a little bit here. But yeah, hey, you see this right here? You see all this bubbling and cracking here? This is why I tell people never ever tile up to here. I always tile up to the ceiling no matter what. I will never put up with this nonsense. But builders down here in Florida are so cheap that rather than give you the extra 10 square feet of tile, they'd rather put the screws to you and just stop the tile here, which is just really, really dumb. Not only is it dumb, it looks dumb, because it looks dumb having this come out of the drywall like that. And the drywall just gets moist and it starts rippling and bubbling over the years. It's ridiculous. And then the paint, you know, so I always tile all the way up. The reason why is they're too lazy to drill a hole through the tile, which only takes about 2 minutes. Who's your daddy now, huh? Say hello to my little friend. Well, this completes the installation here, and hopefully you found this video useful, and if it helped you out, hey, go ahead and smash that like button down below. And let us know down in the comments, come back later and let us know if it worked for you. And also, if you have any tricks that you've tried with this, hey, let us know, because we are a community here, and we'd like to help everybody, and everybody helps everybody else. I thank each and every one of you for tuning in today, and don't forget to come back and binge watch some of our other videos, and look at the end screen that's coming up here that shows you some other videos you might want to look at. That's it for this one, folks, and we'll see you on the next one.